Good morning to all of you. Let us discuss professional ethics class. Friends, according to section 16 of the Advocates Act 1961, there shall be two classes of advocates only. There shall be two classes of advocates. So, suppose if I ask you what are the two classes, you will tell, sir, they are senior advocates and junior advocates. My dear friends, according to section 16, there are only two classes of advocates. They are senior advocates and other advocates. There is no mention of junior advocates, but still we use the term quite often. So, who is a senior advocate? What is the advantage of being a senior advocate? How he can be designated as a senior advocate? Is it with his consent or is it by establishing a committee? All these things we are going to discuss in this video. First, let us discuss section 16. Section 16 provides that there shall be two classes of advocates, namely senior advocates and other advocates. Of course, an advocate may, with his consent, the High Court will obtain his consent and he will be designated as a senior advocate. So there will be a committee, that is a permanent committee will be there under the charge of the Honorable Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India and also in the High Court level CJ of the High Court. Now, coming to know how a senior advocate will be selected. Is it on the seniority criteria? Is it on the standing of the Bar Council criteria? Definitely, so many points will be taken into consideration. So, to begin with, please don't be under the wrong impression the person who are aged, who are senior people, they have to be called as senior advocate. No, suppose, let me give my classic example. I am a retired police officer. I have studied law from 2011 to 2014 and 2014 to 2016 LLM. So then I started practicing the court of Ongole. Then do you mean to say that I am a senior advocate because of my age, because of my baldness? No. So please remember, age is just a number. Seniority will not come by age. Of course, while dealing with section 23 of the Advocates Act, I will tell you how the seniority will be decided by the age. Right. Now coming to the point, so senior advocates, please remember, there are 5 points, but basically please remember the advocates who are having special knowledge in particular topic. Certain people are famous criminals, for example, Ongole. If you discuss about the advocates Ongole, definitely you will remember the name of Mr. Nagcity Mohandas as a senior advocate in criminal matter. Suppose if it is civil matter, definitely we have to remember the service of till recently Devankonda Krishna Mohan or Kripa Sagar, presently Mudvarti Ragharam, and all these people. So MV Act, some people are very popular people in MV Act. So like that, specialized knowledge, special knowledge in a particular topic and specialized practice. Nowadays, so since I told you civil, criminal like that, nowadays you have to discuss who is famous in arbitration law, who is famous in the so-called information technology, who is famous in patent law. So these people, they are designated the dignity of the so-called senior advocate. So definitely they deserve such a distinction. Right? So please remember, normally basing on the professional knowledge, basing on the experience that is standing in the bar, basing on the specialized knowledge and basing on the legal aid he has given or pro bono cases and basing on the reports or the journals in which his articles were published, all these things will be taken into consideration. Then only he will be designated the senior advocate. Right. So then, what is senior advocate? What are the, of course, he has performed his duties as per the Advocates Act only, subject to section 30 of the Advocates Act. But before that, what are the advantages? Of course, in the book, in the section, it is written that an advocate shall not file wakalatnama or act in a court or tribunal or before any person mentioned under 30 of the Advocates Act. So that means he shall not file wakalatnama. That means I will tell you in this manner. the senior advocate need not file wakalatnama. Suppose if you want to argue a case, if you want to appear in a case, definitely you have to file the wakalat. If it is a civil case, you have to file the wakalat under Order 3, Rule 4 of the Code of Civil Procedure. Suppose if it is a CRPC, criminal case, then you have to file the memo of appearance. Is it not? Then only you will be allowed to attend the court or to practice in the court on behalf of the particular accused or defendant or the plaintiff. But a senior advocate need not do that. That means straight away he can come to the court. Then how can he be identified? He has to come to the court along with the advocate on record. That means there should be a person who filed the wakalat, who has prepared the pleading. So here another advantage for the senior advocate, he shall not draft any pleading. He shall not draft any the so-called DPC. That is, that is DCP, drafting, pleading and conveyancing. He did not do it. And most importantly, he has got the right of pre-audience. So as per section 23 of the Advocates Act, right of pre-audience. First, the Attorney General of India, then the Solicitor General, then first Additional Solicitor General, then second Additional Solicitor General, then the Advocate General. So then the senior advocate. That means when a case is going on, if the senior advocates attend the court after the case is completed, he will have a right of pre-audience. That means this senior advocate will be heard first, then the other cases. So that is the advantage. That means time management, lot of time will be saved. And he is a senior, he is a distinguished man. He can straight away come to the court, argue the case, of course, along with the advocate on record, and he can go away. So these are the advantages. So the designation will be conferred by the High Court or the Supreme Court basing on the parameters. So these parameters also actually came into existence out of the famous case Indira Jaising versus Supreme Court of India. I think the 2017. 1 minute, let me see the case law. The senior advocate. Indira Jaising versus Supreme Court of India 2017. Indira Jaising, you may be knowing, she was our sometimes additional solicitor general also. Anyway, she filed a writ of mandamus stating that a lot of mischief is going on as regards the designation of the senior advocates. The persons who deem or deserve to become the senior advocates are not being looked into. So basing on that, even I think our Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, that time, he made a 5-point formula for the designation of the advocate under the permanent committee known as the Committee for Designation of the Senior Advocates, which is headed by the Chief Justice of India and 2 senior most judges coupled with the Attorney General. I think some other member, I think 5 members will be there. Right. So applications will be perused by the committee regarding, now look at this important, reputation, conduct, integrity of the advocate, and pro bono work, and reported judgments in which the advocate appeared for the last 5 years, and points will be awarded for them. Besides, the publication in the journals regarding the constitutional law, arbitration law, corporate law, and his efficiency in the family matters, fundamental rights, how many cases he has taken up to protect the fundamentals of the public, and also public interest lawyering as well as the publication interest law. What more is necessary? They will test him in all in all branches, and ultimately they award them the so-called coveted COVED, senior advocate. So that's all regarding the senior advocate. And in the next video, I am going to tell you the features of the senior advocate, the advantages of the senior advocate, the qualities of the senior advocate. In the next video, we are going to discuss. Till such time, thank you very much. Bye.